Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 9th of January 1985, and the title is The Spiritual Personality of the Fortunate Elevated Souls. Today, the Father, the bestower of fortune, was seeing his elevated, fortunate children. Each child's line of fortune is so elevated and imperishable. All you children are fortunate because you all belong to the bestower of fortune. This is why fortune is your birthright. Everyone has automatically claimed a right in the form of a birthright. Everyone has a right, but there is a difference in experiencing that right in life for oneself and others, and enabling others to experience it. To be worthy of the right to fortune and to stay in that happiness and intoxication, and to make others fortunate through the bestower of fortune, is to maintain the intoxication of having a right. Just as the intoxication of temporary wealth is visible on the face and in the behavior of someone who has physical wealth, in the same way, the intoxication of the wealth of the imperishable and elevated fortune received from the bestower of fortune is automatically visible on your face and in your activities. The form of attainment of the wealth of elevated fortune is alokik and spiritual. Out of all souls in the world, the sparkle and spiritual intoxication of your elevated fortune is elevated, loving, and unique. An elevated, fortunate soul is always full and would be experienced to have that spiritual intoxication. From a distance, the rays of the sun of elevated fortune would be experienced to be sparkling. The personality of the property of fortune of a fortunate soul would be experienced from a distance. In the eyes of a soul with elevated fortune, everyone would always experience spiritual royalty. No matter how many great souls with royalty and personality there may be in the world, in front of souls with an elevated fortune, those with a perishable personality would experience that spiritual personality to be extremely elevated and unique. They would experience those souls with elevated fortune to be from a unique and alokik world, that they are completely unique ones who are called the people of Allah. When something new is invented, people just continue to look at it with love. In the same way, they become extremely happy to see the souls with elevated fortune. Through the elevated attitude of the elevated fortunate souls, the atmosphere becomes such that others also experience themselves to attain something. That is, they experience the atmosphere or environment to be one of attainment. They become lost in the experience of attaining something, of receiving something. Seeing the elevated fortune souls, their experience is as though the well itself has come walking to the thirsty ones. Souls who lack attainment experience the hope of attainment. In the midst of the darkness of hopelessness, everywhere they experience the ignited lamp of pure hopes. Disheartened souls experience happiness of the heart. Have you become those with such elevated fortune? Do you know these spiritual specialties of yours? Do you accept them? Do you experience them? Or do you just think about them and hear about them? While walking and moving around, you don't ever forget the invaluable diamond of the soul with elevated fortune hidden in your ordinary form, do you? You don't consider yourself to be an ordinary soul, do you? The body is old and ordinary, but the soul is great and special. Look at the horoscope of the fortune of the whole world. No one else can have the line of elevated fortune like the one you have. No matter how full of wealth souls are, how full souls are with the treasure of knowledge of the soul from the scriptures, how full souls are with the power of the knowledge of science, what would they appear to be in front of the fullness of fortune of all of you? They themselves have now begun to experience that although externally full, they are empty inside, whereas you are internally full and externally ordinary. Therefore, while constantly keeping your elevated fortune in your awareness, maintain the spiritual intoxication of being powerful. Externally, you may appear to be ordinary, but greatness should be visible in that ordinariness. So, check yourself. Is greatness experienced through the ordinariness in every action? When you experience yourself in this way, you will give this experience to others. Do you do your worldly business just as other people do their business? Or do you do it as spiritual people belonging to God? While walking and moving along and coming into connection with everyone else, you should definitely give them the experience of feeling that there is something unique in your eyes and on your face. Even if they are not able to understand it clearly, while seeing it, they should at least have the question, what is this? Who are they? The error of this question will definitely bring them closer to the Father. Do you understand? You are souls with such elevated fortune. Seeing the innocence of the children, Bab Dada sometimes smiles. You belong to God, but you become so innocent that you even forget your fortune. Anything that others don't forget, innocent children forget. Do people forget themselves? Does anyone forget the Father? So, you have become so innocent. For 63 words, you have learned the wrong lesson so firmly that when even God tells you to forget it, you don't forget it. However, you do forget elevated things. Therefore, you are so innocent. The Father says, this is also my part in the drama with these innocent ones. You have been innocent for so long. Now, become master knowledgeful and master powerful like the Father. Do you understand? Acha. To those who are constantly elevated and fortunate, to those who give others the power of becoming fortunate through their own fortune, to those who give the experience of greatness in ordinariness, to those who become fortunate from innocent, to those who constantly maintain the intoxication and happiness of the right to the fortune, to those who become a star of fortune in the world and constantly sparkle. To such souls who are elevated and fortunate, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bab Dada, the bestower of fortune. Bab Dada meeting Madhuban resident, brothers and sisters. Madhuban residents means those who constantly make everyone sweet with their own sweetness and with their attitude of unlimited disinterest, inspire others to have unlimited disinterest. The specialty of Madhuban residents is extremely sweetness and extreme disinterest. Those who keep this balance easily and automatically experience moving forward. The impact of both of these specialties of Madhuban falls on the world. Even though souls may not have knowledge, Madhuban is the lighthouse and lighthouse from which the light of the lighthouse falls on everyone, whether they want it or not. To the extent that there are these vibrations here, accordingly, people understand when they go back that you are unique, whether due to problems, circumstances, or lack of attainment. There is definitely an impact created through the attitude of temporary disinterest. When you become powerful here, then there too, one powerful thing or another happens. The wave that exists here falls on people of the world as well as on Brahmins. If those who are special instruments have enthusiasm for a short while and then become ordinary, then there too others would have enthusiasm and then become ordinary. So Madhuban is a special stage. On a physical stage, those who give lectures or are stage secretaries would definitely pay attention to the physical stage. Or would they think that it is just up to the one who is giving the lecture? There may be someone who is going to sing a short song or even just present a bouquet, but when he or she comes onto the stage, they would come with that specialty and attention. So no matter which duty you have in Madhuban, whether you consider yourself to be small, junior, or big, senior, you are on the special stage of Madhuban. Madhuban means the great stage. So those who play a part on the great stage would be great, would they not? Everyone sees you in an elevated way because the praise of Madhuban means the praise of the residents of Madhuban. So every word of the residents of Madhuban is a pearl. They are not words, but pearls. It is as though pearls are being showered. You are not speaking, but showering pearls. This is called sweetness. Speak such words that those who hear you think, I will also speak like that. Everyone who hears you should receive the inspiration to learn and follow you. Whatever words emerge should be such that anyone would record them and then listen to them again. People tape something because they like it and then listen to it over and over again. Therefore, let your words be of such sweetness. Vibrations of such sweet words automatically spread in the world. This atmosphere automatically pulls those vibrations. So, your every word should be great. Every thought in your mind for every soul should be great and sweet. Secondly, to the extent that all treasure stores are full in Madhuban, to that extent, let there be unlimited disinterest. Let there be extreme attainment and just as much an attitude of disinterest, and then it can be said that you have an attitude of unlimited disinterest. If there is no attainment, how could there be an attitude of disinterest? If there is attainment and you have an attitude of disinterest at the same time, that is called unlimited disinterest. Whatever each of you does, you receive the fruit of that at the present time, and you are definitely going to receive that in the future too. At the present time, you receive true love and blessings from everyone's heart, and this attainment is even greater than the fortune of the kingdom of heaven. You can now understand how much each one's love and blessings makes the heart move forward. The happiness of blessings from everyone's heart and the experience of happiness is unique. You will experience it to be as though someone is holding you on the palm of his hands and making you fly. Everyone's love and blessings will give you this experience. Acha, all of you have had thought filled with new zeal and enthusiasm for this new year, have you not? Is there determination in that? When you continue to revise every day any thought you have, then just as you continually make something firm and it becomes very firm in yourself, so too don't let go of that thought you have had. Revise that thought every day and make it determined, and this determination will always be useful. Sometimes you think about what thought you had created, and sometimes you even forget what thought you had while moving along, and thus weakness comes. Revise it every day and repeat it in front of the Father every day, and it will become firm and you will easily achieve success. The Father knows with how much love everyone sees each of the souls of Madhuban. The importance of the specialties of residents of Madhuban is no less. If someone carries out even a small, special task, then although that is a task carried out in one place, everyone is inspired. So that soul receives all the share of the benefit of that specialty. Therefore, when those from Madhuban have elevated thoughts, make plans, or perform actions, it creates enthusiasm in everyone to learn. So how much benefit the soul who creates enthusiasm in everyone would receive? All of you are this important. You do something in a corner and it spreads everywhere. Acha, a new plan for this year. This year, create a group so that when others see the specialties of that group in a practical way, they are inspired and those vibrations spread everywhere. Just as the government tells you to select a village and demonstrate to them by making an example through which they can understand that you are doing something in a practical way, and this will create an impact on them. So such a group should be created through which others are inspired. If anyone wants to see what a virtue is, what power is, what knowledge is, or what remembrance is, the practical form of these should be visible to them. If small groups become such practical examples, then those elevated vibrations will automatically spread into the atmosphere. Nowadays, everyone wants to see the practical form. They don't just want to hear. The impact of something practical reaches them very quickly. So let there be a practical form of such zeal and enthusiasm. Let there be such a group from whom others are easily able to receive inspiration, and the inspirations reach everywhere in all directions. So, this will continue to spread from 1 to 2 to 3, etc. This is why you must now create some such specialty. Everyone understands that the special instrument souls are the proof and that they receive inspirations from them. In the same way, create further proof, and then when they see this, everyone can say, yes, they are able to experience the embodiment of knowledge in a practical way. Create the atmosphere with these pure and elevated actions, and with the attitude of pure, elevated thoughts, demonstrated by doing something like this. Nowadays, there isn't as much impact created by serving through words as there is by serving through the mind. When you speak one word and spread vibrations of 100 words, then there is that impact. Words have become common, but the powerful vibrations that are with the words do not exist anywhere else. They only exist here. Show this specialty. Conferences and youth programs take place all the time, and they have to continue to take place. Zeal and enthusiasm increases with these two, but there is now a need for soul power. This is spreading vibrations through your attitude. This is powerful. Acha, Bap Dada meeting double foreign children. Every day Bap Dada gives the return of love to the loving children. The father has so much love for the children that the children just have a thought. It doesn't even come into words. And the father gives the return of that in advance. At the confluence age, he gives you love and remembrance for the whole cycle. He gives you so much love and remembrance that your aprons remain filled with love and remembrance for birth after birth. Bap Dada constantly gives cooperation to the loving souls and makes them move forward. When you become an embodiment of the love that the Father has given you and make anyone loving, that person will belong to the Father. It is love that attracts everyone. The love of all the children continues to reach the Father. Blessing. May you be a powerful soul, and with the awareness of Karan Karavan Har and the seed of obstacles. The seed of all types of obstacles are merged in just two words: arrogance and insult. In the field of service, there is either the arrogance that you did something or that you alone can do it. Secondly, why was I not put in the front? Why was not I told this? I was insulted in this way. This feeling appears in different forms as obstacles. When you are a helper of God and the Father is Karan Karamanhar, how can there be arrogance? How can there be insult? Therefore, With the awareness of the combined form, become a powerful soul and end the seed of obstacles for all time. Slogan: in order to become an embodiment of knowledge, let there be equal love for the Father and the study. Om Shanti.